So that was my track day spares box. So there's an unlocked ECU in there, spare wheel bolts, and there's a full set of engine management sensors, cam locking pins, solid billet pulley, racing brake fluid, some fluids in there, fuel cans, siphon tube. So that's the engine that needs the bottom end. So it's got gearbox on it. I think it's all up together. I don't think I've had that one apart. So that one's all together. It ran before it was taken out. That one there is my built one. So I've built that one from the bottom up. All seals, bearings, main bearings, big ends, new rings, cam belt, had every seal in it. So right, 2 gearboxes, upper and lower hoses, some heater matrix hoses as well. Over there is about five engine looms from different phases, from the early phase 2 to the later phase 3. Some odds and bits, engine covers. There's a crank there to go into the other engine, and there's a set of bearings in the kit as well. In that box there is at least 2, I can see 2 power steering pumps. That was a brand new clutch, flywheel, multiple coils, coil packs. I believe there's a couple of starter motors in there, alternator, engine, more engine parts, covers, some more piping, cabling, chassis, engine pieces. That there is a box of, basically that's a box of bolts from Peugeots, so it's just generally everything or anything. There's also that's the AN fittings for the braided fuel lines in the box here. Valve springs, there's buckets, there's valves, inlets, exhausts, oil timing oil chain, valves. There's all sorts of, there's all the springs, retainers, and everything in there. Then in the bottom you've got, like I say, just all the brackets, that's front chassis caps and everything. Ow! If I stick my finger in and get it caught. So even like vacuum lines and no idea what that's sort of. Oh, special part number, that one, so you can insert seals. Valve guide seals. There's all sorts. There's no point just staying in that box because there's more boxes. Right, this box has got brand new, unused front discs, used front discs, used for track day. There is a box of Mintex pads which go with them. Pair of front wheel bearings. There's a pair of front hubs there for those bearings to go into. There is absolutely all sorts in this box: exhaust brackets, wiper blade, mounts. There's some Mintex pads. There's all sorts in the bottom there. That bucket there is, I believe it's an S16 loom in the bottom, but there's a full set of seat belts. There's some engine mounts there, and top mount, side mounts, a couple of oil pumps. inlet exhaust cam, pulleys, oil cooler, sump, more brackets. There's a diff at one of the gearboxes. Oh, that's probably off my original gearbox because I've got the LSD in there now, the ATB. Exhaust manifold, alternator, fuel pump, another power steering pump, another starter motor, fan set, rear wiper set, heater fan, 2 more cooling fans, complete with motors. There is left hand, right hand, or right hand, left hand, whichever way they are, I can't remember. But it's a pair of front 3-door electric motors, drive motors for the windows. Well, you know what that are. They are. They break off in the winter. Door handles. I believe that's a pair of white ones for the white car. Oh, that's an HDI ECU set. There is somewhere here. That's an HDI ECU set. There is a 3 GTI6 lock set here somewhere as well. But all these bags have got all sorts in them. There's standard wheel boats, there's flat wheel boats, there's tapered wheel boats. Basically, the wheels there take flats and tapers, so you've got full sets of bolts for all. Front ABS sensors, there's 2 there, 1 for each side. Locking wheel nut bolts if you want it. Rear hubs, crank flywheel seals, crank pulley seals, and then you start on all the like thermostat rubbers, trim clips, hockey stick clips, and all plastic trims. So there's more than one set of sensors here, like power resisted pressure sensor, a couple of fan control relays, and relays of every colour. And what else? Fixing kits, top mount bearings, brake bar kits. Over there in the 2 glyco boxes, that's mains and big ends and mains for that crank to go in the other engine. In that box there, it is all engine bolts. It's all stripped engine bolts, so they're packaged up in bolt sets. Another box of relays and switches and God knows what. There's all sorts here. On the back shelf, don't know if you can see very well, but there is a full exhaust system from Catback and another pair of lights. There are a couple of front grille plastics, windscreen wiper scuttles, and there's undershield heat shields. On that rack also there is a power steering pump, which is power steering pump. It's a power steering rack for a 6 with pipes. So you've got multiple pipes. There's a power steering fluid box up there as well. I believe there's a battery box up there as well. There's all sorts up there. So multiple inlet manifolds. The white one has been on my car used. Currently I think there's a gold one on there. I think a long time ago now. Yeah, so they've been off the car for a while now. So injectors are on. There's 4, 8, 12 injectors there. I'm not going to guarantee they work because they've been off and out of fuel for a while, so they might need testing. There's a couple of drive shafts there, a long and a short, which are packed with grease, and there's one there, a short, which is not packed with grease. When I say packed with grease, I've greased them up and put bags on them so they don't get corroded on the inserts. Inlet manifold, resonant chamber. There's some wishbones there. The blue ones on the top are good, less the knuckles. The car was 16mm knuckles, but it's been converted to 18 or 19s. And that's what those pair of hubs are in there. So they're spare hubs for the car. There's airbag ECUs here as well. There's no airbags here, only modules. Car is still running the airbag system. So there's all sorts here. Just a scan around so you can have a look. You can pause it and have a look, and if you've got any questions, just ask. So there's a set of pistons and rods in there. Oh, dropped it. There's a set of pistons and rods, and there's a GTI6 crank and an S16 crank. A box of odd bits I've been picking up before putting it in the garage there. And like I say, you have a couple of fuel cans for track days, and then that's my track day spares I used to take. And a couple of wheel chocks to stop you rolling away, not putting brakes on the track day. And so we're going to see if we can get all that in a few boxes. Wish me luck. Oh, there's a beam there as well. I forgot about the beam. The beam there, it has been robbed, but the basic beam is still there. It did pass its MOT before it was stripped off the car. Oh, in that box as well, there's 2 rear brake calipers, left and a right side. There's no front brake calipers here. Okie doke.